which I've been downloading some of my videos to YouTube, some of my videos to iAntique, and some of them I've just been putting straight on Facebook. And I get dealers, like when we have a dealer social gathering, I may want to get a 30-second video of you saying, hey, my name's such and such, I'm a dealer here at Brass Armadillo, it's a great place to be, come on by. How many of you would much rather see, if you want to feel comfortable about going somewhere, would you rather see a movie star selling that place, or would you rather see people like yourself going, hey, it's a great place to be, come on over and check us out? I personally feel more comfortable when it feels homey to me. I'd rather see my people like I go to church with, or my people who I'm friends with, through the sporting events at my daughter's school, tell me, man, that's a great place to go. It's fun, it's energetic, it's nice, it's a pleasant place to be. I also do YouTube, which I explained to you. YouTube has a building effect. I currently have 30 videos on there. Now Daniel can pull the videos from my YouTube account and put them on iAntique, but then also they're still there on the YouTube account. There's a lot of people who just go into YouTube and search. I put in tag words like antiques, collectibles. We want our name affiliated with those things, and so when they pull it pulls up videos of my dealers going, hey, this is a great place to be, come on by and check us out. Or my Christmas videos. We did some Christmas videos on unique Christmas collectibles. The usages for this are endless, and we're just now understanding that we're scratching the surface of where we can go to help to market everybody's merchandise and to make this even a more successful place. iAntique. The things about iAntique that I wanted to share with you is from iAntique you can get information or great ideas. And a good example is Dealer 625 over here, who has been utilizing iAntique for a while now, correct? And you say you've gained a lot of information from just being able to ask people questions or seeing the videos or seeing what they put up for ideas. She has an excellent success story. She had a wooden tool tote that I think you had.
It was a garden tool tote.
Garden
painted
tool
white.
tote, and she had a moderate price on it, and it just didn't sell for her. It just didn't sell. Then she got on iAntique, and the idea came up to her, theme it for a holiday, and maybe put some candles in there or a centerpiece for a table display. She did a theme for like Thanksgiving, or
painted it black and did it.
and she raised the price on it, I believe, too. Sold right away. So those kinds of things are the way you can gather information by being on iAntique. You can share your knowledge. It's kind of cool to be able to share the things you know. You can share your knowledge. You can talk to others with similar interests. You can view the videos. The video that Nancy and I did was on lamps and lighting, on how to wire lamps and lighting. Now we're going to go back and do 5 more videos over the next couple months on more intricate rewiring and lamps and lighting. We're going to do one on how to do 3-way switches. We're going to do one on how to do floor lamps and rewire floor lamps. We're going to do one on how to convert lamps. We're going to do one on how to take things like an old fire extinguisher and make it into a lamp. Even though that and that's very commonly done, firemen like to get the old fire extinguisher. Well, they're never going to charge them again and put them up to use as a fire extinguisher, but quite often they like to put them in their den as a lamp. I bought one in here for my brother, or he's actually not my brother-in-law, he's my cousin-in-law, I guess you would say, but they're a close family that lived close to us. But I bought a fire extinguisher in here that already had a hole drilled in the top and one drilled in the base, and he's like, well, it's got holes in it. I said, were you planning on charging it and putting it up on the wall, or what? Well, no, I said, it's already set to turn it into a lamp. He's like, I never thought of that. That's a cool idea. So I'm just saying that there's a lot of things out there that people, we had a lady in here who came in here and bought an old violin that had some damage to the back of it. And I said, well, I don't know that it could be repaired. And they're like, it's only $15. I don't care. I'm turning it into a lamp. Because they had I had another person who worked at a veterinary clinic who got something that was medical, veteran medical related, and they were going to turn it into a collage and make a lamp out of it. I think it's so cool that people are utilizing the antiques and collectibles to decorate. We've never had the drive that we had since Martha Stewart was in her heyday. When Martha Stewart was in her prime, as far as her show went, if she said Red Dot Fire King glass is hot item, we'd get 10 phone calls. Do you have any Red Dot Fire King glass? I need to buy some. And so she always decorated and did things with antiques and collectibles, and the huge amount of customers wanted that. I mean, she developed a multi-million, if not even billion-dollar business on selling to people the things that were vintage and the things that she couldn't get that were vintage. She got companies to do reproductions for her. But she was a social networking. She was a TV star social networking. Now, because of the internet, we can do our own social networking. We can get our information out there in front of the customers. And again, I have to stress this enough. If it's something that you feel you can't do, remember there are other things that you can do. For those of you that have the interest in it and see the power behind it, start dabbling in it. Start doing the small things. Do a Craigslist ad. Do this. Do that. Do another small ad. And then before you know it, it's gonna bounce back geometrically. I cannot tell you how many pieces, the dealers who are doing it, I cannot tell you how many of them have had success with it. They're getting people coming here to look at their booths. I had one dealer who wanted to run a sale, and we wouldn't let them run, a sale because they were moving. She ran a sale on Craigslist. She did a wonderful, talented job of that, and people showed up here because of the sale that was on Craigslist, and they brought printed off material, and because she had it in her file, they came here to take advantage of her sale. What a wonderful, Miss Terry over here, you have a very specific themed item, which is your vintage clothing. This social networking could benefit you more than as much as anybody else, because you specialize. And when you specialize, the social networking that you can get out there to the different individuals who like vintage clothing, but don't necessarily know where to go. And right now they're catching this thrift shop or that thrift shop, not really finding what they want, not finding complete sets, not finding better quality clothing. Then you get the social networking, Craigslist ads, and again, I just struggled through all of this. I'm more than willing to help you. All you need, the tools that you need are in your hands right now with this package.
I need one of those.
I'll give you one. And if you don't take advantage of it, you're only hurting yourself. I've heard one person say, well, let me get to that because it's more in my closing statement, and I'll explain it to you in a minute. So iAntique, Daniel, is sign up for iAntique still free?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is sign up for iAntique still free?
Yes. Yeah, I wanted to tell you too, Bruce, that I just got off the phone with Denver.
Yeah?
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right. I just got off the phone with Scott, who just yesterday sold an $800 piece of furniture solely off of Craigslist.
He said that he just got off the phone with another general manager, Denver, Colorado. Another customer just came in. They saw an $800 piece on Craigslist, and they came in and bought it. Again, that's happened here numerous times. $400 pieces, $300 pieces, $1,000 pieces. We have one of those pieces passing around here to you. The Oak Secretary it was at 700, but I think I was over 800 views on the Oak Secretary. I went back in and was looking at it. And then the Oak Armoire that you see floating around here too has had over 400 views. They've been on 2 weeks. It's huge the amount of exposure that it gets. It benefits you, and it benefits every other dealer in this place. So if you're doing it, wonderful for you and wonderful for the other dealers. But if you can get your friends to do it, then wonderful for you and wonderful for everybody else as well. And I guarantee you, in another 10 years, the companies that aren't doing this now are going to be either struggling to survive or struggling to catch up or closing, and everybody's going to come to the ones who were doing this, which that's why we're doing it, because it is so important to the future of every business. I mean, when you've got a tow truck driver who sees the importance of creating an app and putting it on Facebook, and he's getting a feature on the 9 o'clock news because of it, that's huge. That shows you how important that it's going to become. Even to I'm 48 years old. Don't mind telling my age. I struggled with this. I really did struggle with it. It was just perplexing to me and confusing to me. I started by Daniel's been very helpful. My whole crew and team and all the other brass armadillos have been very helpful in encouragement, but I started small, baby steps. I did this, and then I did that, and then I got my smartphone, and I started doing the tweets, and then I started getting the information over today, and I started taking more photos, doing more videos, downloading stuff from YouTube, and I just did one thing at a time, and I just did it a little more, and I was like, this is easy. This is getting easier every time I do it, and wow.
Yeah.
So you have a source here that not a lot of people have. I struggled through it, and because I struggled through it, I can probably better answer your questions than people who found it super simple to begin with. Because the people who found it super easy to begin with don't necessarily understand how difficult it is for somebody who doesn't understand it. I understand how difficult it is for somebody who didn't understand it because I didn't understand it. And it was like, I don't know how to do this. And I painstakingly, I lost sleep over it. I was like, I don't know how to do that. I need to know how to do that better. So all I can do is encourage you to please ask me if you have questions, because I'd be more than happy to help you.